and welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're really close, so do me a favor. Subscribe, watch, comment. I want those comments, and share with family and friends, because unless we stop this insanity, this stupidity, nobody else will. Talk about stupidity. Kash Patel literally just tried to spin his way out of accountability. And Congress, they just weren't having it. In this week's hearing, Representative Eric Swalwell, always good for a good cross-examination there, and other House members, he drilled Patel on what's actually in the Epstein files. Whether Trump's name appears, does it appear once? Does it appear 100 times? Does it appear 1,000 times? Did he give him an answer? No. Why the White House then is keeping this evidence from the public? No answer by Kash Patel either. But Patel did have an excuse. The excuse about how the court orders and grand jury secrecy don't permit him to do it. Well, you know what, my friends? That doesn't hold up. And you know why it doesn't hold up? Because the judge in the case said that the government has the files and that they could release them if he wants. The point of the matter is, and you've heard me say it many, many times, is Trump's name in the file? Absolutely. Was he friendly with Jeffrey Epstein? Absolutely. Does that mean he did something wrong? No. So again, the question that's got to be pounding everybody in the head is, what is it that they need to protect? Who is it? Because as we all know, Trump doesn't care about any of these people, not his big donors, not his Mar-a-Lago buddies, none of them. So what is it that Donald Trump is protecting that is preventing Pam Bondi from doing what they said that they were going to do now for years, which is exactly why MAGA is so furious? Well, my co-host Ben Meiselas and I, we break this down for you on Political Beatdown. Take a listen. Go to the clip.
I want to share this other thing with Congressmember Swalwell from yesterday. Did you see this, Cohen, that Kash Patel hearing yesterday? Did you catch any of that? By the way, I thought the House was far more effective in their questioning than the Senate.
Yeah, me too.
The Senate, I thought, was being there was some good stuff, but it was overall it felt a little more grandstanding and being a little bit too diplomatic. And I found that you had a lot of prosecutors, former prosecutors in the House, so including Congressmember Swalwell. Let's watch this.
I appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at least be 1,000 times?
We have released every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Reclaiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political innuendo so you can go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising article. Keep going, reclaiming your time, because the people of California are being underserved by your representation.
If the president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves him?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm hiding child pedophiles is disgusting. Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone and go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in FBI resources through my redeployment because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco need it.
Director, remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever?
Whoa. I guarantee you that that's a lie. There's no doubt in my mind.
And he's never talked to Trump about the Epstein files.
He's never spoke to Trump about the Epstein files? Seriously? Wow.
What I want to...
Could you imagine what's going to happen when those emails end up coming out? Because especially, look, now that he made that statement on the record, rest assured, they are going to look for any emails, and I believe that they're entitled under FOIA to get them, any communications between Trump and Kash Patel. In fact, I think a really funny question would be if somebody like from Midas Touch would actually happen to get a pass. Have you ever spoken to Kash Patel about the Epstein file? Watch Trump come out and say, absolutely, I have every right to. He works for me. I appointed him. The FBI works for me. I'm the chief executive. By the way, that'd be a fair answer too.
Now, I'll prove to you right now, and our brigaders, because we always have receipts here, that Kash Patel, in my opinion, was committing perjury there as well. One of the lines he made over and over again was that the federal courts were preventing him from turning over the Epstein files, right? That's what he said. He said, I'm only turning over what we were allowed to turn over. Otherwise, the federal courts have restricted our ability to turn over certain things. Now, you can see what the Trump regime's plan was in trying to take advantage of people's lack of legal knowledge about what's grand jury transcripts versus what's the other material out there, because federal courts will never turn over grand jury transcripts, and grand jury transcripts are not really relevant to what the Epstein files are. The grand jury transcripts would be like 70 pages of an FBI officer who shows up based upon reviewing a file, just spends maybe an hour or two in front of the grand jury and just lays out the case as a prosecutor goes over it with them.
They could then bring an indictment. That's all
exactly.
It's about. It's has nothing to do with the people. It has to do with just making enough of a case in order to get the grand jury to turn around and to acknowledge that an indictment should be forthwith.
Right. And there's Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 6E. It's Hornbook law, meaning everybody knows grand jury testimony does not get released except in the strangest and rarest of circumstances. Now, one of the reasons in the factors that cut against releasing the grand jury transcripts, get this, was because the government, the party seeking the release of the grand jury transcripts, has all the Epstein evidence.
Right.
So the court said, you just turn it over. Why do the grand jury transcripts? You have the files, turn it over. So quite the opposite of what Kash Patel said, Judge Berman, in an order dated August 20th, 2025, says specifically, the government is the logical party to make comprehensive disclosure to the public of the Epstein files. By comparison, the instant grand jury motion appears to be a diversion from the breadth and scope of the Epstein files in the government's possession. The grand jury testimony is merely a hearsay snippet of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged conduct. In February 2025, the government, as noted, was prepared to release their Epstein files to the public. But then on July 6th, the government announced it would not make the files available to the public. The court is saying you turn over the files, to which Kash Patel goes in front of Congress and the American people and lies and says the judge prevented him from doing that. So I ask you, brigaders, I don't care what your political affiliation is, Democrat, Republican, purple state, red state, blue state, independent. I just gave you the facts. And if it doesn't piss you off that the FBI director went in front of Congress and lied to cover up a pedo sex trafficking ring, then I don't know what else. I don't know what else pisses you off, because that shouldn't be a Democrat Republican thing. It should just be a truthful fact thing. That's why I went over it with you just there. Let's take a quick break right now.
Before you go, I have just one quick line. And remember, my friends, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.